Hi guys, welcome to the unboxing and full review of this ZUMIMALL battery powered surveillance camera. It's not a system, it's a single camera. It comes with the camera and you get the free app, but you don't get a free cloud. I mean, cloud service is available, but you don't get it for free. But there's an SD card slot, and so you can use that to capture whatever is in front of your camera, or I mean it will automatically detect, or at least it's supposed to do that. So that's a new style of cameras. It came out, I think Blink XT started the whole trend, and then there was the Blink XT2, but they had some problems and other manufacturers came out. There are a couple of problems with this type of camera. I mean, in general, it's a really nice idea to have something totally wireless. I mean, it's wireless regarding the internet and wireless regarding the power. So if you're lucky, you can have such a camera outside for a year or even 2 years. Blink XT2 says 2 years. Usually doesn't work. Usually battery drains over maybe 6 months or so. If you are able to get 6 months out of such a camera, also Blink XT2, then you are already lucky. Sometimes the wireless reception can be a problem, and another thing is the detection. I mean, first thing is that's an infrared detection, because you cannot make like an optical detection 24/7 just with a battery over months. It would it would drain the battery too fast, so it's not possible to do that. Maybe in 10 years it will be possible, but now it's infrared, and sometimes the infrared is a little bit too slow. I mean, you cannot work it through like a window or so, but these things are all waterproof. There's no need to place it inside. But the thing is that usually the infrared detection works a little bit slow. That's with almost all of the cameras. Doesn't matter how expensive they are. If you buy like a Blink XT or whatever, usually they are pretty slow. So if you have like a location where people are moving super fast, then it's difficult. If you want to observe like the entrance of your home, so usually these things work absolutely great. So here we have the packaging. So we have 1080p IP, battery operated, and so on. I think there is not so much special. The detail is just what's interesting here is about the implementation, how good everything works, how smooth everything is working, also with the app and so on. That's really important. I mean, I'm going to test definitely how responsive the infrared will be. That's also a big part, and also how fast the battery will drain. Of course, I will do now the video and I will release it in the next couple of days, probably before the battery will drain. So if you want to know how good the battery is, just check out in the feedback area. If I find something special, I will put it down and let you know. And if there's nothing down there, just don't hesitate to ask me about the thing. So this is how it looks. Here we have the mount. Comes also with screws, so we can easily put attach it to the home. So here this is to charge. That's micro USB, and I don't want to damage that. There are the antennas on the side, so we are better a little bit careful with this thing here. So that's it here. So here we have the mount, and as you can see, here we can secure it, so you can put it to almost all angles. Where you want to put that. That's a pretty good thing. So I mean, you can even mount it like upward. Probably we'll have to find out together with the camera, but doesn't look too bad. Seems to be pretty flexible, and then you can easily secure it. There's even some metal. I don't know if everything is metal, but really looks very solid. I think most of the parts here are metal. and not plastic. That's definitely a plus compared to other brands. And here the screws, yeah, this we had already. And here we have the camera. You can see we have to attach it here, and yeah, I think that should be pretty flexible here. So let's put it maybe, yeah, so you can already, so here we are. And yeah, I just wanted to give you some kind of indication that you see how you can put this. The interesting thing will also be how can we put it, like attach it to the roof, and you can see that's pretty good here. So even underneath a roof you have a lot of possibilities. Sometimes it's a huge struggle underneath ceiling, so sometimes you can just put it like this, and there's no option then in the software to flip it. Like with the Blink XT, you cannot switch the footage. Of course, with the Blink XT, it's no problem. You can mount it like this, but it's extremely flexible. So that's good. So from that, regarding this perspective, it's absolutely no problem. Looks like it's super easy to handle. Also, we have the two antennas which you can put upside and have like a really good reception. Hopefully in here some protection, infrared, probably for the night as well, for the detection. Here the camera module. It looks really good, but of course it's heavy. You have to think about that if you have it like this. So there's quite some weight here. So yeah, you have to be aware of that. I mean, it's not super heavy, but it has some weight to put it there. So yeah, in case of you have a storm, it should be pretty good, like secured. Otherwise it will fall off, and for a camera for $100 it's not so good. So here we have the instructions, and as always I'm going to show you that fully 3 years warranty. So I go a little bit down and try to show you everything like normal. I hope it's focusing nicely. So if you don't need that, just forward maybe 2 or 3 minutes. And if you want to see everything, just go to the highest resolution, usually 1080p, and then put it on pause. So hopefully you have enough time and you can see and read everything here. For the app download, account registration, yeah, that's pretty small here. Probably you can't see that, but you can read the writing, I think. Camera installation and important notes, and yeah, I think we are close to the end already. Device menu, camera settings, detection, different things. Yeah, there's still way more. Yeah, we have a two-way audio, which is I would say, yeah, rather unusual, or at least definitely on the good side. There's not that's not available for all these devices. I have already quite some of these devices which do not have this feature, so that's definitely on the positive side. On the other hand, yeah, it's rather on the expensive side with around $100, and we'll put down the whole thing into the link down into the description, so you can check it out and order it right from there if you like it. So I'm going to download and connect, and then we'll see if this really works. So I started to charge it about 2 hours ago, and as you can see, sometimes the charging speed is pretty low. Yeah, it's somewhere between 0.2 and maybe 0.8 amps, but nowhere like 2 amps where some of this battery can charge. So yeah, expect pretty long charging time, but maybe it's a thing which you have to do maybe every 6 months or so. So yeah, just let it run, but don't expect that it will charge like in 20 minutes or so. It's definitely going to take a couple of hours, or just do it overnight. So what I wanted to show you, I'm going to charge it finally at the end, so you don't have to wait. So I wanted to show you how to insert the micro SD card. So I'm going to insert this here. So let's see how well this goes. So it doesn't look too bad. We can insert it and remove it with just fingernails. That's pretty good. So the pins come to the back side. So I have definitely already seen much worse than this. This is almost perfect. Yeah, here we have the charging thing, and there's some LED, or yeah, what's that? And one of these is power and one is reset. So I haven't been aware that this is something here. Yeah, I've checked the instructions. This is just the LED indicator which you can turn on and off. I mean, yeah, if you want that people are seeing that it's recording, yeah, you can turn it on. If you want to prevent that people are seeing that, you can turn it off. But the thing is actually, I mean, it's pretty large anyway. So if you want to have like a cam in this style, which is almost invisible, or I mean, at least much smaller, then you have to go with the Blink XT. But it has definitely some problems with the wireless range. So usually these cams work much better regarding the wireless range. So, but I'm not telling you anything at the moment. I'm just saying, yeah, usually these things tend to have much better wireless range because, yeah, the battery is just much heavier and the antennas are bigger. So there's a huge chance that it has much more wireless range, and I have already tested one similar device, and the wireless range was much better than with the Blink XT. So if you need more range, then that's maybe the thing to go. So I'm going to install the app. By the way, actually, I have already found out that I'm using this app already. That's the Cloud Edge, which I'm already using on a similar cam, and I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's much better than other solutions, and it looks like the Cloud Edge is being used by a couple of different manufacturers, so that's a good thing. So if you want to add a couple of other cameras, you don't have to stick with the same manufacturer. You can just search for other cameras which are supported by the Cloud Edge. So here you can see I have it already. If you need it, yeah, you can scan this here or go to the App Store. You can see there's already one camera, and it's pretty far away from my router. So for the Blink XT, it would be completely impossible to access this area, and also the battery is pretty good here with this thing. So I'm trying to add now this camera. So we have devices, and I can click on plus, of course. Yeah, we have to select the battery camera here. It's a battery camera, and so I have to hold the power button to start the device. I have to find out which one it is. So as far as I can see, it's on the right side. 5 seconds. Yeah, I heard something, so we have to remove this. I think we need that to scan the QR code. And so we go to next, and it says please reset the device. So I'm going to hold that for 5 seconds. Yeah, there was some feedback. I guess it was asking me if there's something. Yeah, oh, wait for flashing red indicator light. So we'll wait for that. Yeah, we have that here. That's the red light here. I can see that. It says next. So what's important, we can only connect to 2.4 gigahertz, not to 5 gigahertz. That's normal. That's absolutely no problem, because 2.4 gigahertz has much better wireless range. So I have to change it now here. So I have to wait till I find the 2.4. So here I have it. We have to be on 2.4 here with the phone and also with the camera then later on. So let's go back, and yeah, here we have already the password. So if you don't have it, put the password of your router. It's not the password of this camera, it's the password of your router which you have to add. So we click on next, and now we have to we get a QR code, and we have to scan it with the camera. So let's try this here. It's a little difficult in front of the camera. Yeah, it said something. Yeah, maybe it's waiting till I push next. Maybe the beep indicated that it has it scanned already. So let's try with next. Takes a little bit, but this is not unusual, so I think this is a pretty common thing that it takes a while. I'm not too worried. Of course, it can always fail, but till now it looks like pretty promising. What's also important that you have to go as close as possible to the router. I'm pretty far away from the router. That could make it a little bit longer, the setup, but it should be possible. I mean, yeah, I'm using the antennas now. Maybe it's better. That's important that you always have your antennas working when you set up like such a device. So here we are. Yeah, device found and done, and you can see I have already my second camera here, which is awesome. And yeah, I can play around a little bit, as you can see here. So of course moving around is not the best advice for such a camera, but it looks like it's good. So we have Wi-Fi 80 something, can't see that, 88% or so, which is pretty good. Or even 100, yeah, it's, or 70, yeah, I mean already pretty far away from the router here, so it's not bad. So let's then move the camera to the location, attach it to the wall outside, and so let's see how this behaves. So there's one more word to this cover here. I mean, it's not bad. It's not a perfect solution. By the way, you have this opening here. If you want to put it on permanent power, like with a solar panel or so, there's a possibility to have this only the small opening open, or the cover. Yeah, and so this thing is pretty thick. It's yeah, it looks like very sturdy and more or less waterproof, but I wouldn't say it's 100% waterproof. So I wouldn't suggest to put it outside and have it like upside down where the rain is coming here. I mean, I have to work a little bit on that. Yeah, it's usually takes a little bit of time to put it on, especially behind the camera. But anyway, so if you have it on top and like outside unprotected, the rain is coming to this area, so I wouldn't do that. But usually it shouldn't be a problem with this mount here. So as long as you have it here and it's underneath, so it shouldn't be a problem. Just don't put it on the unprotected. I mean, if it's under a roof or so, you can use it like this, but not outside. And also what's important, we have now this steady blue light. Steady blue means it's connected, it's everything good, there's no problem with nothing. So I think I have it perfectly flat, at least more or less, so it should be, yeah, as it is. It needs a little bit of time, maybe half a minute or so. You have to sometimes work on that, make sure that it is closed also against bugs or so. But I think it can be put back pretty nicely. That's the good thing here. And also, yeah, we have the microphone and speaker here underneath, more or less protected. Also, we have these rubber feet here. If you want to just place it somewhere on like a sideboard or so inside, I mean, I wouldn't recommend to do this outside, but inside, I think you could do that. Regarding the antenna, yeah, we can just move it like this. There's just a 90 degrees angle or a little bit more. You can't just fully put it to the other side. It's just to know that. So maybe if you want to put this straight underneath like a roof, yeah, it's a little bit of a problem, of course. Maybe it will work like this too, but it won't have same wireless range. So here we are with the app after installation. So on top we have the old camera. You can see it's pretty easy to connect. We also get these alarm messages here. I mean, the app is really good. I really like it. We get all these messages here where you can see me mounting the camera here, and you can click on like a picture and you see the picture here, and you can also click on the left side like here, and then you get directly to the recording. But still, it's a micro SD card storage. It's not cloud or so, but it behaves almost similar to cloud, which is really good. So I like this app. This is a pretty nice one. There are definitely worse camera system or apps around. Usually it's pretty reliable, and you can do a lot of settings and go to, like when you are at current playback, you can go to the history and have the whole overview. I mean, yeah, here we can see you can even zoom in and have all the different recordings. I mean, I'm not going into that, of course. It's just me on the camera. Here you can have that from different dates and so on. So I'm going to stop that here. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's a good thing. You have all the things. Yeah, you can see that here, all the alarms. It's a pretty cool app, definitely. It's one of the best apps regarding this, and especially when you consider that you can use it for a couple of different manufacturers. That makes it even much more convenient. Now I have both of them. I can compare them and see which camera behaves better, and you can already see a little bit of a difference. But what I also am going to check the nighttime footage and see how it reacts, how it will start recording, and then close or finish my review here. Yeah, I think when you're not used to that, maybe it's interesting to show you still a little bit of the settings here. You can see, you can put it on receive notifications or not. You can share this with other people. You have device information. You have basic functions like rotate. You can even rotate the view. That's good. So you can mount it on a ceiling, status light, night vision, automatic on or off, speaker volume, and power management. That's just some information here, and then you can set detect alarm on low or high. Yeah, with the other camera, the white one, the small one, you have a low, a medium, and high. So here you have only low and high, but you have day detection, night detection. You can even set an alarm plan, so exclude like sometimes, and then you have information about the storage card. You can say how long you want to have the recording to save some capacity. Maybe it would even help. Yeah, so cloud storage service, yeah, that's not included. You can try for 7 days and then see, and then device version you can update if there's a firmware update. But apart from that, yeah, everything is pretty easy here. So here's the result after the first night, and it's looking pretty good, I have to say. So currently when we check the picture, I mean, this is morning again, of course, everything pretty good. Camera survived. We have good Wi-Fi. When we check the information, like basic information, power, then we are still at 89%. So yeah, I think that's exactly the same value which we had before. So you can see that, and we compare it to the old camera. So there were mainly two differences. So when we go to the messages, the alarm messages, and we can see with the old camera, yeah, the thing late at night here, you can see it only reacted when I was really close. So with the new camera, you can see that it already reacted when I was further away. So it looks like even on the low setting, it started recording earlier than my old camera on medium setting. So that's really promising. Then also let's check the footage itself. I mean, we can go, here we have pictures and videos, and so that's the old footage. I've been manually recording that. Can see that here it's not bad. You can see something, but it's rather dark, and compared to the new camera it's much brighter. But of course we have to say it's not the same wide angle, so it's a little bit easier to illuminate that. But you can see when it's needed, yeah, it can make a really strong infrared light. And also I had the impression that the connection was a little bit more stable than with my old camera, and so it's pretty good, I think. Yeah, there are some advantages. Of course, there's also the disadvantage regarding the wide angle, but there might be some advantages compared to my old camera, even compared to Blink XT. Definitely the wireless range is also on a really good level because it's really far away from the router, and so we cannot complain. There wouldn't be any chance to bring the Blink XT or XT2 to this location. No way. You would have to use a couple of repeaters or something like that. So yeah, that's not bad. So that's it for now. I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with that. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below, and I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.